There was once a young man who enjoyed scrolling through online shops late at night. Searching for strange and exciting deals one evening, he came across something that immediately caught his attention. It was called a mystery box. The description was vague, but it promised endless surprises and the thrill of the unknown. The advertisement claimed that the box could contain electronics, toys, collectibles, or even rare items that could be worth much more than the price. He stared at the glowing screen with wide eyes and felt his imagination run wild. He pictured himself opening the package and discovering treasures. Perhaps there would be a shiny new phone, or maybe a limited edition watch. He imagined rare video games or valuable cards. He laughed to himself, thinking how amazing it would be to share the unboxing with his friends. He felt his heart race as he clicked purchase without hesitation. Certain that destiny was about to hand him something extraordinary. He could not wait, for the delivery days went by slowly. Each morning he checked the tracking number with great anticipation, and each night he dreamed of the riches the box might hold. Finally, the long-awaited day arrived. The delivery driver placed a medium-sized brown box on his doorstep. The young man rushed outside, picked it up, and carried it carefully into his room. His hands shook with excitement as he grabbed scissors to cut the tape. He whispered, "This is it. This is my big moment." With a dramatic pull, he opened the flaps and looked inside. What he saw froze him in disbelief. The entire box was filled with socks. Not one pair, not two, but dozens and dozens of plain socks. White socks, black socks, striped socks, short socks. The box was a mountain of fabric. He reached inside, thinking maybe hidden beneath the pile there would be a secret item. He dug deeper, pulling out sock after sock until his floor was covered in them. Yet there was nothing else at all. No electronics, no toys, no rare treasures. Only socks. At first he laughed. He thought it must be a joke from the seller, perhaps a prank. But then he checked the label again. It was indeed the mystery box he had ordered. There was no mistake. His laughter turned into silence as he stared at the endless piles of socks surrounding him. He thought about how silly he had been chasing after the promise of mystery without considering the risk. He realized he had paid good money for something. Could have bought at the local store for much less. Still, he tried to see the positive side. He thought, "At least I will never run out of socks again. I could wear a new pair every day for months." He imagined himself giving socks as gifts to his friends, though he doubted they would appreciate such presents. Even wondered if he could build something with them, perhaps a pillow made of socks or a sculpture. He smiled at his own creativity, but deep down he could not escape the feeling of disappointment. Later that evening, his friends came over, curious to see what he had received. They expected to witness an exciting discovery, but instead they burst into laughter when they saw the socks scattered all around the room. They teased him, saying he had won the grand prize of the century, the most boring collection in the world. The young man laughed along, even though his pride stung a little. He admitted that he had learned a lesson. Sometimes a mystery is not worth the gamble, and sometimes advertisements hide the truth behind shiny promises. Over time, he found that the socks were not entirely useless. Whenever he needed a clean pair, he simply reached into the giant box. It became a running joke among his friends. They called him the Lord of Socks, and sometimes they would bring up the story. Whenever someone mentioned online shopping, though, he had not received treasure. He had gained a tale that entertained others and reminded everyone to think twice before falling for glittering words on a screen. The young man never bought another mystery box again, but he kept the memory and the mountain of socks as proof that surprises are not always pleasant. He learned that excitement should not blind reason, and that sometimes what you expect to be rare and magical may turn out to be something as ordinary as socks.